Okay, I'm Phil. I play bass in Neck Deep.
Hey, I'm Ben. I do vocals in Neck Deep, and you are watching Zero Platoon.
Hello.
I've been playing guitar since I was like 13 or 14.
I started when I got to secondary school, sort of thing. Just learning Blink-182 songs on a guitar and stuff like that.
Yeah, pretty much just sitting in my room, just jamming to myself. When I was younger, it was we have a TV station in the UK called Kerrang, and it was sitting in front of that every single day, watching music videos and just going, oh my god, these are amazing. And that's how I found my music back then. Obviously there was no real internet like thing, so I couldn't go on the internet and just YouTube a band. It was always Kerrang was always the way to find it. And then skating as well, I guess. My brother worked in a skate park, and he kind of, my older brother passed that down onto me and my other brother, and kind of gave us that, I guess. So yeah, I think skating and Kerrang kind of did it for me.
I think it's pretty much the same story, really. Just like, you know, you find Kerrang and stuff, and through that you find all the bands that you like. It's like, oh, this is
I remember listening to like Blink for the first, well, not Blink for the first time. I can't remember I listened to Blink for the first time.
I don't remember when I listened for the first time. I remember seeing them on Top of the Pops once. And I was like, oh my god, this is
and just thinking that they were the fucking coolest dudes ever. Like Sum 41. I remember the first time I ever heard Fat Lip. I remember me and my brother, we were young enough where it was like, alright, okay, we're gonna go for like a bath now when we're in the bath, like singing along to Fat Lip, like, yeah, that song's so good.
Well, it's hard to say, this band's like coming up for a 2-year anniversary, sort of. It's kind of tough because we were together, like Neck Deep formed quite a bit before there was actually Neck Deep shows and tours and stuff, so it's kind of hard to put a pinpoint on what you consider to be the start. Like,
we played our first show December 5th, 2012.
Yeah, December 5th, 2012 was our first ever show, which was the first night of a tour we did with the band from back home called Me Versus Hero.
And with the Punches.
Yeah,
they're from New York.
Yeah. We had our like 1-year anniversary of our first show when we were flying back
home from Australia.
Our Australian tour.
So yeah, quite a lot has happened in the past couple of years, I would say. It's it kind of started as just me and Lloyd, the guitarist. We just literally wrote a few tracks and we were just like, oh, we'll just put them online and see what happens. But these guys, Phil and our two guitarists have been playing in a band before this anyway called Spires, which is kind of how we all met and got together and stuff. They always would record in the top of my house, which is where we record as well. So we kind of just met each other through other bands and stuff, really. So
we have a bit of a system in place, and it tends to always follow that. In that our guitarist Lloyd generally will kind of
structure the song.
He'll write a skeleton of like an instrumental song and then more or less give it to Ben, and that's 99% of the lyrics go down, and he'll show us and be like, what do you guys think of this? And most of the time we're just like, yeah, that's cool because we love it, and every now and again it'll be like, oh, maybe try this one thing, and then it's done.
But everyone pitches in on their own individual bit.
Yeah, like
you'll do bass and all that, and Daniel will be able to go and write his drums and stuff.
But that's pretty much like, I think all bands have that. They always have like a system that works for them. Like, otherwise you're not going to put out a record, you know, you're not going to keep writing songs, because if it's changing every time, it's impossible. Like,
it'd be cool to get in a room and all jam together.
It'd be cool to try that sort of thing.
But we're still such a young band that we haven't even we've experimented with a little bit. We've been on this tour and we've been jamming a little bit. I mean, there's still a lot that we can do as a band. I think our band personally, like, there's a lot that we can still experiment with. But I mean, a lot of the time, the lyric writing anyway, I guess you kind of have to. I'd say it's quite lyrically focused. Like, people connect. Obviously, it needs the instrumental for it to, you know, for the vibe. But the lyrics, people like focus on the lyrics, and they quite like that. So you've got to go. I don't know. It's kind of about going a bit. You got to go into yourself a little bit and get yourself in the zone. And yeah, I mean, especially with the first EP. I mean, I wrote that. That had a bit of an edge to it, I guess you could say. I don't know, I went through a breakup and there was a bunch of other stuff there, so obviously I had a lot of stuff to write about.
Like, the further you go into it, and you know, however deep it gets, whatever, the more people are going to connect to it, because the more people are going to have experience.
But then again, at the same time with this last album, I was like, we were all super happy.
Yeah.
So like we were in this band that was like doing pretty well, and it was like, oh, I can't really complain. Like, you know, there was a few things here and there which I could be upset about, but for the most part, we were all really happy. So I think that showed through in the album, because it was like, you know, we were all pretty happy at the time. So it was like, yeah, let's make a happy record, and let's not make a record about, you know, how sad you are because you broke up with your girlfriend. I think music definitely helped. I would say like writing lyrics was a massive like I could just writing lyrics was like the best way to get it all off my chest, and just to go, oh, wow, I feel so much better now that I've put that out there in music. And it's just a good way to let out your frustrations and vent, you know, and get all that angst out, because there's so many things that you could want to say but you can't always say it. So if you have it, if you can write some music and, you know, let it all out, it's therapeutic, it's good. It's, I definitely enjoy when we're writing new music, because it is a chance for me to go, all right, it's time to get all these thoughts and put them down onto paper and, you know, make sense of them. And yeah, it's good. You kind of do a bit of soul searching in a weird way. It's good. I enjoy it. So yeah, I would definitely, if anyone is you know, got some stuff that they're keeping pent up inside them, I would say music is definitely the way to go. Even if you like aren't very good at it, like I wasn't very good at guitar and things like that, and like writing lyrics, but everyone has to suck at some point before they have to get good. So like when I was 15, 16, writing songs on my acoustic, like they were terrible, but it was still a way for me to express myself and be creative, and that's kind of got us to where we are now. So a big one for me was City in Colour. Dallas Green was always a big one for me.
If you're feeling down though, the last thing you should do is listen to that, because then you just sit there and just feel depressed forever.
But at the same time, it's like...
But it is good.
Yeah.
I definitely do it loads.
Yeah.
You have those like songs and those artists on your iPod that you go to and you're like...
But yeah, and at the same time though, I know what you mean, because like you can be like, oh, and I did it with City in Colour though. I was like so sad, and I listened to sad City in Colour songs, and as much as it helped me to an extent, it's like, oh fuck, I can't keep doing this. I need to like pull myself out of it. There comes to a point, and again with a new record, I think that was kind of the point of it. Was like, don't be fucking sad. Like try and, you know, be happy and be positive about things. And yeah, I think there's definitely a flip side to it. Like you can listen to the sad music when you're feeling down to connect to, but I think you also need happy music to pull you out of it a bit and go, come on, it's not the end of the world, you're good. So Blink would be one of those for me. Obviously Blink. Newfound, Days to Remember, they're a pretty happy band.
Yeah, I love a Days to Remember.
Yeah, I think just like good upbeat, some pop punk and things like that. I mean, music is good is good in its different ways. You can listen to heavy music and let out some aggression, or you can listen to sad music and, you know, go inside yourself. Or you can listen to some happy music and pull yourself out of a bad situation. I mean, yeah, it can go many different ways, and that's why music's so good, because it's not just, oh, here you go, listen to it. It's a variety of different emotions within, you know, between even bands and genres. You know, oh, I listen to this band because they make me feel this way, or I listen to this band because I can connect with them in this way, or, you know, that's something like that.